Hello and welcome to the first Wyvern Webisode, which is also a practice for the BBC School Report. You're probably aware that in 2014, DSMS is going on a trip to Kenya and taking 21 students, and Katie's here to talk to us about it. So Katie, what are you most looking forward to on the trip?
Probably the different things that we're going to see, because it's going to be totally different to across here.
What fundraising have we done so far?
We've done bag packing. We were about to do a race night, which Mr Tucker has arranged, and we've done some raffle selling, ticket selling as well.
On behalf of the fundraising, do you know how much you've raised yet?
I think we've raised around £3,000.
And you made £550, wasn't it, at the weekend?
Yeah, we have to give £50 to M&S, so it was £600, but once we took that away it was £550.
And we're going to Kenya in June/July of 2014.
Yeah, I think the date currently, which is being revised, is about the 6th of July sort of time, but it'll be started closer to the time.
And we're going for 10 days, and we're basically just going to be helping the community either.
Yeah. We're going to be doing building wells, building projects, things like that, teaching sports, teaching in schools, just helping out.
Well, it's going to be an amazing experience.
Yeah, should be good.
Definitely. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Now, the Brits are on the 20th of February, and Rebecca Pat's here to tell us about who she thinks will win some of the awards. So, Rebecca, who is going to be winning awards at this year's Brits?
Well, there's loads of people up this year. There's a couple of new ones like Alt J and Jake Bugg and Jessie Ware.
Yeah.
They're all in the same category. And there's even Amy Winehouse. She's still getting nominated for awards. And there's a great list of performers this year, including Muse, Robbie Williams, Taylor Swift, Emily Sandé, and most of them, but Justin Timberlake, who's also performing, are nominees for the awards.
Do you think it's revolving a bit too much around pop now?
Yeah, because it's all pop. There's no other categories in music, so they
Yeah.
should involve those a bit more.
And is it James Corden hosting it again this year?
Yeah,
Legend
and it's at
James
the
Corden.
O2 Arena.
So, Rebecca, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
People like Onnie Murs and Plan B, and then Emily Sandé. She's up for a couple of awards.
Who has been your highlight of 2012? Like, if you got to pick the best overall singer or band, who would it be?
Either Onnie Murs or Rolling Stones, because they're coming back in fashion now.
So now we go from the predictions of the Brits to the outcomes of the BAFTAs. How do?
How do?
How do? How do?
What films are you looking forward to this year?
Iron Man 3 especially, that's coming out in May, because
That is a legend.
the first two is really, really good. I like Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a great actor.
He played really well in the Avengers as well.
Yeah.
I think he plays a really funny character as well. He brings his
Yeah,
own
drugs.
aspect.
Yeah.
They're making an Avengers too. I don't know if it's this year, but I think they're making one, aren't they?
I think it's after,
I hope
you know
so.
how they all had their own film?
Yeah.
And then the Avengers I think they're doing that again.
Alright.
Also, The Hunger Games 2. I never saw the first one, but I heard it was pretty good.
I watched the first Hunger Games. It's really good.
I've never seen it.
It's
I didn't think it, I didn't think. I thought it'd be more like. I think it'd be a spin off of the Harry Potters, so I didn't
no,
bother.
you're missing out. It's a movie aimed at teens, like the books.
Another
I'd
highly
like for it,
anticipated sequel is The Hobbit. Did everyone go see that?
I did.
No.
The Hobbit was a great film. Did you not see The Hobbit?
No, I've never seen Lord of the Rings, and I've never really got it.
I watched Lord of the Rings over Christmas, but I watched The Hobbit before all the Lord of the Rings, and I thought it was
So it was
really, really
in
good.
order, because The Hobbit was a prequel, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but
It's how he finds the ring, which for the
it helps if you watch a few of the Lord of the Rings before it,
Yeah.
because then you know who the bases of a few of the characters are, really. But it was really, really good.
What I really liked about The Hobbit was the book wasn't long enough and deep enough to have 3 films, so they added things in such as the Pale Orc, which I really, really liked.
Yeah.
And not just new films, there's also old films. Jurassic Park 3D is coming out. I've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
3D, I bet that'll be good in 3D with all the dinosaurs.
They're bringing out all the Star Wars again in 3D and high definition.
It's actually been put on halt since they're now making a 7th episode of Star Wars, which is coming out in 2015. They put all that on halt, and they're just focusing on this one. But there's loads about Star Wars. Apparently they're making some standalone films as well that won't be called Star Wars, but will be like the same sort of characters and same Jedis and what.
Yeah, you see, I think Disney won't make it as good.
I think they will.
I think Disney's more animation,
That's what.
and I've never really remembered them making a really good film.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
But even then, I didn't think it was that good.
Well,
Pirates of the
they were
Caribbean's
good enough to
great.
make 4 of
But
them.
Pirates of the Caribbean's more comedy rather than. Yeah, you have to agree, though,
They've
isn't
got
it?
more comedy as to went on.
Yeah,
Less
whereas
stories.
Star Wars is very not serious, but
Action.
and like it's got a serious storyline
Yeah.
where it has to be well kept for it to be a good film.
To be completely honest, I'm not optimistic about the third trilogy because the first one was really good.
Yeah.
The second one was so-so, and I just assumed that the last one will not be very good. But I'll probably go and watch it anyway because I'm like that.
I think it's going to be too much special effects. The new one.
Oh,
Because
just-
all modern movies seem to be like that.
Just on special effects, the company that did the special effects for the Life of Pi has gone bust.
Yeah, and that was literally earlier today. Like the amazing tigers that are animated and the amazing scenes when there's a boat going along some amazing landscapes. The production company who have built all the special effects have like declared bankruptcy.
Shame. Could have done Avatar too.
I know. So Matthew, you came on to talk about the BAFTAs.
I have indeed, yeah.
Who won the BAFTAs?
The best outstanding British film went to Skyfall, which was really good. I want to see that.
I went to see that twice in 2 days. It was really,
I
really
think I want
good.
to see it twice as well. It's annoying because everybody seems to think that it's the worst James Bond film, but I really
No, I
like
thought it was
it.
really good.
Yeah.
My favourite's still Casino Royale. I thought Casino Royale was mint.
I reckon
I've read the book, it's nothing like the film.
Yeah, none of them are, I don't think.
Yeah.
probably a bit
So Matthew Curry, any more favourite actress?
A leading actress went to Emmanuel Riva in Armour.
I thought Dame Judi Dench should have won something about that.
Yeah, because it was her last time in the James Bond movie.
And I thought she played a really good role.
Did. I
Was
like Dame Judi Dench.
Was she a major part of it?
She played M, which is like James Bond's boss.
Oh.
So, Matthew, what was your favourite film of last year?
Last year it was probably The Dark Knight Rises, which didn't actually win an award. The Hobbit didn't win an award in the BAFTAs. Zero Dark 30, which was about the assassination of Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't get one. And Hitchcock, which I really wanted to see, didn't get one either. Because I love Alfred Hitchcock films.
And Ben, what was your film of 2012?
I'd say The Hobbit, but that's just because I'm a massive Lord of the Rings and Hobbit fan. But I really, really like The Avengers as well.
Yeah, The Avengers was such a good film.
It was. Okay, thank you, you two, for your time.
Thank you.
Now on to a very big discovery in this year,
Absolutely.
which is the finding of the king in the car park.
Yeah.
So Joshua, can you explain what king it was and how he ended up there?
King Richard III was a monarch, and basically he never was properly king at the beginning because his nephews were too young to rule but still had the right to the throne.
Yeah.
So he became regent king, dealing with all the affairs of the country while they did all their child type things. However, he allegedly locked them in the tower and killed them, so he had the right to the throne. And eventually, at the Battle of Bosworth, King Richard III has now been discovered to have had a blow to the back of his head during the fact that he'd lost his helmet, and he was killed, then carried on a horse to the nearby Greyfriars Church in Leicester, where he was buried.
So, Jonathan, what's going to happen to his body now he's been found?
There was a big discussion whether it should be in York or back in Leicester where it was found, and they've finally decided that it should be back in Leicester, so it's going to be buried.
But it was reported that Richard III, when he was alive, said he wanted to be buried in York Minster, which is why people began to argue about the decision to bury him in Leicester.
Alright. Thank you, Joshua and Jonathan, for your time. Hello, Tyler. So you came to talk about the horse meat, which is being found everywhere now. First, it was just sort of burgers in Tesco's. Now it's been found in Aldi, Lidl, Asda, and even Waitrose, which is a surprise. So can you tell us a bit about what's been going on?
Well, there's been this producer who's been producing for all these places who have been scandalising the people and putting horse meat into their so-called beef.
Yeah.
Lamb, however they're putting it into, and it wouldn't be a big issue if it was marketed as horse beef, as horse.
Yeah.
But because it's been marketed as a different kind of meat, it's arose as this big issue.
Yeah, false selling.
I think it's worth saying that putting horse meat into products isn't actually illegal. It's just when you put it in and then call it beef, that is illegal.
I think everyone's saying, oh, I wish I never ate that now, I've eaten horse.
Yeah.
But they never knew, and they never knew the difference. But I don't see what the difference is between eating a cow and eating a horse, because it's just the norm to eat a cow, and everyone knows that. But everyone thinks horses are these animals that have to be kept and ridden and jumped, whereas they can be used for meat as well.
So has anything like this ever happened before?
Yeah, actually, there was another horse meat scandal in the 50s, which was quite big as well. I don't think it was as big as, but it was quite big.
So Tyler, what's your opinion on the horse being in the beef? Do you think it makes a difference to anyone's lifestyle?
I don't think it affects the diet, I think they're making a bigger deal out of it than it should do.
Yeah.
But it's because of the fact that they're selling it as beef.
False advertising, yeah.
It's illegal, but not eating horse isn't illegal, but what they've been doing is.
Okay, thanks Tyler.
Thank you.
So Hayden, why do you think the Pope resigned?
The Pope thinks that he was incapable of doing the job as he was too old. He's the first Pope to resign since the Middle Ages.
And how will they decide who the next Pope's going to be?
They will hold an election with the lowercase popes from all around the world.
Yeah.
And then they need a 2/3 majority vote, and then whoever has the most votes will win and become Pope.
And what is the Pope's actual job? Like, everybody has heard of him because he travelled around the UK last year or 2 years
Ireland
ago.
he went to last.
Yeah, I think the Pope has a very important job because he takes care of all the Catholics, he takes care of the Catholic Church, and he's very responsible.
Thank you for your time, Hayden. I'm now joined by Sam and Ewan, who are going to tell us a bit about what's been happening in the sport news this week. So,
well, start off with 6 nations. There's 3 games next weekend. Italy, Wales, England, France, Scotland, Ireland.
I think England will beat France, as France are very out of form at the moment, and England are very coming into form. I think
England have kind of got the Grand Slam on the mind.
Yeah, definitely. Last weekend's game, England-Ireland, whoever won that game was going to go on to win the 6 Nations because they're the only 2 teams in form. And I think Wales will beat Italy because they've just been given a real boost by winning the first game in 10. And I think that'll definitely give them the boost to beat Italy. And Scotland-Ireland, I think the Scottish will put up a good fight, but as always, I think the Irish will overcome.
Yeah.
Well, what else has been in the news this week?
Well, it's been a big week for Champions League. It was the big clash of Man United and Real Madrid, which was everyone was wondering how Ronaldo was going to perform against his old club.
So how did it go?
Ronaldo scored a good powerful header to equalise late in the first half after Danny Welbeck had put Manchester United ahead. It was a very one-way traffic game. It was all Real Madrid for most of the game.
Man United had some very good chances as well, didn't they?
They had some chances where they probably could have got more of a result. De Gea pulled off some great saves throughout the match. Yeah, definitely man of the match. But that wasn't the only European tournament going on. There was also the Europa League, which 4 English clubs take part in. There was Chelsea, who have dropped out of the Champions League, and they got put in there. They won 1-0 in their group game.
Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham won due to Gareth Bale really by himself, as always.
Goal.
Yeah, he's got a last-minute winner. Liverpool got beat 2-0 against Zenit St Petersburg.
Not a surprise there then.
Not really,
No.
considering Zenit's form that they've been in Russia. Then you've got Newcastle, who had 2 disallowed goals, which should have been allowed, or that would have changed the full game. That's going to go at the second leg probably, with a lot hanging on that with the 0-0 draw. But yeah, there was a lot going on in Europe.
Another big story is Paul Gascoigne. Obviously, he's been drinking since he retired from football, and he's now gone to Arizona to rehab because it's got that bad.
There was one thing on that story. Paul Gascoigne, just before he was going to go, he got spotted drinking lager.
In the Arizona
just about before he was going to go.
airport.
And there was somebody who saw him and took the lager off him before he got on his plane. But he did stop for a while. He went and managed Kettering Town, and he was doing okay, but then he seems to have gone back to resolving to the alcohol.
Thank you two for your time, and we're going on to the final story of the day, which is about
Oscar Pistorius with...
So Adam, what actually happened in the murdering of his girlfriend?
Well, early yesterday morning, the news was spread that in South Africa, the favourite athlete of South Africa has been arrested for shooting his girlfriend.
So there was two sides of the story of why he shot his girlfriend. So what were they? What were those?
Well, Pistorius' story was that he woke up and thought his girlfriend was a burglar and shot her a few times.
What was the other side?
That the neighbours heard shouting and violence before and a few gunshots.
So what happened at court today then?
Well, he turned up at court with a jacket and a notepad covering his face, and he's now in custody with the police, and the case is going to trial, and he may be released on bail next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you for your time, Adam. And that is it for the Wyvern Webisode. You can find us online at www.wyvernnews.blogspot.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at dsms_wyvern. So,
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.